and gentlemen, and welcome once more to Wafu TV. This is the platform where we facilitate the understanding of elementary mathematics, and we equally help parents and teachers to be able to guide young learners on elementary mathematical issues. Today, we have something very special, and we'll be looking at common mistakes in mathematics. Sometimes we are tempted to make unnecessary repetitions which sound tautological and of course confusing to young learners. So today we'll be looking at some of these common mistakes and of course proposing better ways on how to express these mathematical situations. Without waste of time, we'll go straight away into looking at these issues. So the first is on place value and total value. In this situation, permit me use PV for place value and TV for total value. If you look at this example, 1, 2, 3, 6, which can be read as 1236. What will be the place value of 2 and the total value of 2? So sometimes as teachers, we make mistakes in a way that you may be asking for total value and a learner gives the place value, or the reverse, which means you may be asking for the place value and a learner gives the total value. So here are the differences, so that if you're asking for something, you should be specific in what you ask. The place value of 2 is 100 and the total value of 2 is 200. So this is the difference, so that whenever you're asking for anything, you should know what you are actually asking for. So this is the place value and this is the total value. Number 2 says divided by versus divides. There is this confusion here that is recurrent. Sometimes teachers get confused with saying divided by and divides. In which instance do we say divided by, and in which instance do we say divides? If you consider the dividend first, then you use divided by. And if you consider the divisor first, you use divides. This is what I'm talking about. 25 is divided by 5, while 5 divides 25. Bear in mind that when it comes to the dividend, it is divided by. And when it comes to the divisor, it divides. Number 3 is on index and powers. This example says 5 to the power 4. It is the same as 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. What do we say here? How do we express this number? We say 5 is multiplied by itself 3 times. Why do I have to emphasize here? Because many a times, some will say 5 is multiplied by itself 4 times. No, 5 is multiplied by itself 3 times. That is the meaning of 5 raised to the power 4. It happens with any other number. It can be 2, it can be 3, it can be 4, it can be 6. Be careful when you are expressing this. The power, yes, 5 appears here 4 times, but 5 is multiplied by itself 3 times. So these are some common mistakes that we make without necessarily being aware that we are saying something wrong. Let's look at number 4, square roots and cube roots. Pay attention to this. Find the square root of 16. This is where the problem is. If you look at this, 16 is written in the square root sign. This question can be interpreted as this. This is how you can interpret this question. But many times, when a teacher gives a question as such, he's simply asking for the square root of 16, not this. So to avoid this confusion, it is better to say, find the square root of 16 or square root of 16. Either you use this or this, and not both in one place. So you can make the statement and write 16 open, or you can put 16 in the sign, which means find the square root of 16. And it's same for cube root. You don't have to write a sentence and at the same time write the number that you are asking for, the square root, in the square root sign. It is unnecessary repetition. So we have to take note of this for square root and cube root. Number 5, sets and elements. Empty set. This is how some people do write empty set. And of course, this is not right. Either you write empty set like this or you write it like this. It is one of this and not both in one place. So take note that this is how an empty set is written, or like this. Look at this question. Number 6, add 2 plus 2. Add 2 plus 2 is like you're repeating the same thing. So you can just say, of course, this is not the proper way of saying it. It is better to say add 2 and 2, or sum 2 and 2, or put together 2 and 2, because if you say add, it is already meaning this sign. So to put add and then 2 plus 2 is repeating unnecessarily. The same goes for subtraction. Subtract 4 minus 3 is not the best way of writing out this question. So it is better you can say subtract 3 from 4, or you can write difference between 3 and 4. Here it can come in any order. Difference between 4 and 3 or 3 and 4, it's all the same. But to say subtract 4 minus 3, it's a little bit unnecessary repetition. Let's go to the next. Multiply 5. This equally is not the best way. Instead of writing multiply 5 times 10, you can just write multiply 5 by 10. Multiply 5 by 10. Or you just write 5 times 10. Just one of this is okay, but not writing multiply, then you still write 5 times 10. It's unnecessary repetition. And last but not least is divide 20 divided by 4. Even in the ears, it doesn't sound very proper. So the proper way of doing this one is to either you can just say, so this is wrong, it is better to say 20 divided by 4, or you can say divide 20 by 4. Divide 20 by 4. So these are some of the common mistakes that we usually make without being aware. It could be because of negligence, it could just be because of ignorance, but man is not perfect. We learn every day, and as we teach, we have to continuously learn. And as we learn, we pass this knowledge on to young learners. This is what we had for you today, and we believe that it is going to be helpful in your classroom situation. And if it does, subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and comment so that we can make corrections and also learn from the pool of knowledge that is out there. See you in our next lesson. Take care and ciao.